Is a mortgage interest rate the most important thing to consider? When I meet with a new client, I always ask one question. What is your biggest concern, your biggest fear, your objection about buying a house? Recently, I met with a first-time homebuyer, and her answer to this question was, yes, I'm fearful, I'm afraid of getting too high of an interest rate. So we had a dialogue and I asked some more questions. She shared with me her concerns. And what it really came down to wasn't the interest rate, is that she needed a payment to stay within her budget. You see, she's a single mom with a couple of children. She has some credit card debt that she's amassed over the last few years. She also has some student loan debt because she graduated from college. The great news is she has a good job and she's at the point in her life where she wants to buy a house, but it's so important that she stays within her monthly budget so she can spend money and have money for her kids' activities, to do the things she wants to do. The last thing she wants to do is be tied to that monthly payment and be in a situation where we call house rich and cash poor. You know, you gotta live on top ramen to live in your house and keep the lights off just to pay the bills. Nobody wants that. So we looked at her debt and her down payment numbers. And I started to put some strategies together that allowed her to buy the house she wanted in the area that she wanted and stay within her budget. And when we looked at her total debt, what she realized is she could use some of that down payment money that she was going to put on the house, and she could pay down some of those high interest rate credit cards. And when we finished all the calculations and we looked at those final numbers, she was able to lower her overall monthly debt and buy the house that she really wanted. You see, it's not so much about the interest rate. We're all conditioned to think about the interest rate. It really is about the budget. And it's about the monthly budget, her bills, and how much she can afford every month. As home buyers, we're conditioned to just think about the interest rate. Of course, the interest rate's important, but what's more important is how much you're going to pay every month. So if you or someone you know is struggling to make sense of your budget and your payment and the mortgage interest rates and programs, give me a call. I can show you some strategies that can probably help you fit and hit your goals.